Hello and welcome, my name is Michael Feldman, and in this video I will show you step by step how easy and quick it is to configure a JDC2 setup like this based on the new firmware version 2.0. This concerns the basic settings and device positioning so that DJ effects and external NDI content are reproduced in a position-compliant manner to get an optimal visual result. How this works and what you need to pay attention to can be seen in the following video. But before we begin, we first need to define a few basic things. Ideally, this is done in the office using the construction plans or construction software. First step is definition of the canvas. For this purpose, we define the canvas coordination system origin. This can be top left, top right or bottom right. In our example, we choose Canvas Coordinate System top left. Next, we define the unit we want to work in. This can be absolute for pixel perfect canvas and device positioning, relative for pixel perfect canvas and relative device positioning, or segmented for a device segmented canvas with device positioning in columns and rows. In our example, we choose Canvas Unit Absolute. According to the chosen origin, we now set the canvas size across the entire width and height of the setup. We now determine the exact width and height in millimeters from the software itself or from the construction plans. In our case, 4132 mm width and 2900 mm height. To convert the physical dimensions into pixel resolution, the length in millimeter is divided by 7 mm pixel pitch of the JDC2. This results in the following calculation. 4132 mm width divided by 7 mm pixel pitch corresponds to 590 pixel horizontal pixel resolution. And 2900 mm height divided by 7 mm pixel pitch corresponds to 414 pixel vertical pixel resolution. Let's move on to step 2. Defining device positions in canvas area. In the next step, we determine the physical positions of the devices from the plan or directly from the software. Here is a drawing showing the device positions in millimeters relative to the origin in the upper left. Once again, we calculate the resulting pixels from the physical lengths. Since the first pixel in the coordinate system origin starts with a coordinate x and y at 0, the pixel value must be decreased by 1. Here is the calculation of the first device A1. Vertical distance 365 mm divided by 7 mm pixel pitch equals 52 pixels. Subtracting 1 pixel results in an offset of 51 pixels. And horizontal distance 340 mm divided by 7 mm pixel pitch equals 49 pixels. Subtracting 1 pixel results in an offset of 48 pixels. We repeat the same process for all devices in the set. For practical reasons, we have copied these position offset values along with the values for the canvas unit, the canvas coordinate system and canvas size X and Y in a summary list. In the final step of the setup phase, the values determined in the previous step must now be transmitted to the devices via DMX. This allows each device to know its individual position in the setup and to generate and display corresponding image sections. Now let's move to step 3, setting up the configuration in the DMX controller. For better visibility, we first position the JDC2 in tilt, activate the main plate modules, and we select a suitable DJ effect. More on that later. In the controller defaults, the settings are initially configured so that the canvas corresponds exactly to one device. This means the selected effect is displayed identically on all devices at their respective device sizes. We select the main plate modules of all JDC2s and set under Canvas the canvas unit to absolute. Then we set the canvas coordinate system to top left, and finally we set canvas size X to the calculated 590 pixels and the canvas size Y to the calculated 414 pixels. On our setup we can clearly see the now extended canvas area. In the next step we need to position the devices correctly in the canvas. Since our devices are arranged horizontally and vertically in a grid, we can select multiple devices accordingly and enter the previous calculated X and Y values. We proceed as follows. Select the devices in the first vertical column. Then under Devices, enter the value device position offset X, in our case 51 pixels offset. Now the second column, and so on. Now we do the same for the devices in the horizontal rows. Select Devices and enter the value under Device Position Offset Y, and so on. In the setup we can see how the devices now position themselves correctly in the canvas. Now the configuration is complete and we can begin with the creative part. Let's move on to step 4. Content selection. Once the canvas and all devices have been configured, the desired content can now be selected. For working with DG effects, light up the main plate modules and go to DG Effect NDI Select. Here you can choose between a wide range of shader effects. Try to play with the manipulation channels for individual effect adjustment and maximum creativity. Available options are Color Set 1 for the main color of the DG effect and a Color Set 2 which enables a second color effect in the DG effect. DG effect speed adjustment from slow to fast or stop. DG effect zoom, DG effect orientation and 4 special effect channels for advanced effect manipulation. Try and play with these powerful parameters to create your own individual fancy shader effects. For quick pre-programmed parameter manipulation, try to select different DG effect parameter presets. If you select one of the external NDI sources in the DG effect NDI select channel, the received NDI signal content will be played back unscaled in the canvas. Parallel to the NDI streams for both displays, we send a separate NDI stream with a resolution of 590 x 414 pixels to the JDC2 fixtures. This is exactly the same resolution as the configured canvas size and allows a smooth changeover between DG effect and NDI without repositioning the devices in the canvas. By the way, NDI resolutions up to 640 x 480 pixels is possible without running a GLP FEP network server. For more information, contact your GLP support. The JDC2 setup is now complete and ready to use with various DG effects or NDI content. The JDC2 setup is now complete and ready to use with various DG effects and NDI content. Nothing stands in the way for your creativity. Have fun and create stunning shows with JDC2. We hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching and see you soon.